Hey, good evening, everybody. Man, I tried to make it at 10. I think it's 10. 10 our time. Spectre Bruce is here right at 10. Hippie Long's here right at 10. Buddy Carafano right at 10. Mexican Spec right at 10. Hey, good deal. Kim's not here yet. She just called me. She's like almost here. She knows she's going to be a couple minutes late, but that's okay. She has something she does on Thursday nights that makes it a little bit tough to get here on time, and that's the way it is. So, Colby Queso here at 10. Tom Anderson here at 10. Wow, Raw Dog here at 10. Everybody's rolling in right on time. Did I see Tavo? Yeah, Tavo came in right just a second early, but Tavo's here. Good evening. How you doing? Or it's probably good afternoon where you are. Credit Karma ad already from Hippie Long, or for Hippie Long. I guess Kim gives points for that. 2 points. I don't know how many points she gives for all the on-time 10 o'clockers. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll say 2. Maybe a Mexican Spec, you get double when she's not here, so everybody gets 4 points, I guess. Let's see. Yeah. Johnny C. Where's Johnny C? I missed Johnny C. Johnny C? Oh, Johnny C. There you are. Hello. How you doing? Good evening. Derek Edwardsu. Derek Edwardsu. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, Raw Dog. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I saw that. You know what? He and I are the same age. Oh, man. You know, he had a cardiac arrest, from what I heard. Man. Yeah. Oh, the door just opened. You know what that means. Double points are over.
You're giving out double points.
Well, I started giving out points and Mexican points. Yeah, Mexican Spec says, you know what? You get double points and. Yep.
1 minute late. You're all right. How many points could you give out?
Well, there's a whole lot of people came in right at 10. You want the list? It was it was huge. It was Inspector Bruce, Hippie Long, Buddy Carafano, Mexican Spec, Colby Queso, Tom Anderson, Raw Dog, Crashes Road on a Garage, all at 10, and then went to 10:01, and then 10:02.
That looks okay.
10:02, you walked in. Yeah, but it's so wide angle, it just doesn't look right because it covers all the way from my private parts all the way up to the ceiling.
Well, move a little closer.
Well, all I got to do, if I scoot back a little bit, it does. Okay. The camera's a little bit more wide angle than the one that broke.
Is the sound and everything okay,
guys? The sound, I think it looks like it's okay.
The Queso is here. Welcome to the stream.
But here's what is screwed up. I had to use this camera selection because the one we normally use.
It's trying to get Elgato.
Go
into that. Hold on, guys. You're going to lose the picture.
When I get there, I get nothing.
Oh. I know, because what happened? Okay. It shut off. I fixed it. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You're back.
See, I didn't know how to do that.
You're right. I'm sorry, but you said you had it on, so I figured we just roll with it. Boy, I am center stage.
That's good. Bright red. HRA, center stage.
The American Hot Rod Association. Get your merch today.
Okay, which way do I have to go?
You don't have an ARA sticker on your car. We got to get you one.
Yeah.
American Hot Rod Association, not the NHRA.
Or IHRA or any other HRA. With a KHRA. Kim's Hot Rod Association.
Nobody puts Buff in a corner, right?
Well, okay.
Can I move? He likes to have the Studebaker front and center.
Well, I can move this a little bit. I was really messing with that. And it was... Well,
the other thing is...
Well, and the other thing, we're trying to get the car in there.
This is
pushed
forward.
I just moved that over there so I could see it better. Now you moved it back.
Well, yeah, but you're wrecking the whole system.
Why'd you do that?
Because this is how it's supposed to be set up.
Yeah, but that's all crooked now. Okay, don't touch the camera. But my big fat belly shows.
Well, sit up straight.
I need a corset.
He's sitting like this.
I know. When I slouch down a little, it looks.
Well, I don't have a belly. When I sit like that, my belly's still flat. That's because I'm high anxiety. Did you ever have a pet that was high anxiety? They're very thin because they're always shaking. Like Chihuahuas never get fat.
My time is 2 minutes off of my computer. I figure Mexico is 2 minutes off from Tennessee. 2 minutes.
Oh,
know.
that's the network lag.
Can I turn this monitor so it's a little different? I don't. Oh, maybe it's straight for you. I don't know. Okay, that's fine.
I got to get the bottom to come forward a little bit.
Okay,
we're not running ads.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill that ad because people already got ads.
You can see the monitor a little bit on the screen. They can see the back of the thing.
Oh, that's like. See, I slid it this way to get rid of that, and now you put it back over there. I don't know why you did that.
You're sitting over in the corner.
Oh God. Let me put this so it's not.
It's this. Okay. Let me.
I don't. It still shows in the camera because the camera's much more wide angle.
Hey, Main Street Mopar, welcome to the stream.
And when I scoot this way, the concrete tilts just enough that it makes you roll that
Patrick Sullivan, welcome in. I don't know. We're crazy.
Tommy Hanlon's here from Dublin.
Let me get this microphone. We got this microphone. Let me get it out of the way.
Yeah, we got another microphone.
We got so much stuff in his way. That's why he feels all
We were here last night recording, working on the bed.
The more you move this way, the more comfortable you'll feel because of the stuff.
No, I'm fine where I am. I don't want to move it.
But I mean, you won't feel like you need to. You're looking at that. My butt's sticking out.
Oh, Mopar. Mean Street Mopar got 500 subs. Getting congratulations for 500 subs.
He had that last week, but still.
Oh, I didn't know.
What's he at now? He's still probably climbing.
See, 500 just the beginning. 500 gets you to No Name Nationals. But last year I made 500 just before No Name Nationals, and I got over 6,000 now because we've been working at it, you know. And thank you everybody for the subs. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Do you have the key to this whole thing?
I have it. It's buried in this pile. Just a minute. We have a lot of stuff on this.
We've been working.
Kim was working right here last night.
Did you tell him where we're at?
I haven't said anything. You walked in and heard most of it.
Okay.
So we've been I lost my train of thought.
Working on the car.
Yeah, so I don't know. Kim, what are you going to do? What are you doing? Oh, we're pushing the car.
Back a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, but I want to get my desk out of there. But I guess it can sit there for now.
Don't
step on the brakes while I'm pushing.
Sorry, I think I don't want to hit your desk. Oh, we could have gone further.
We can go further.
Does that make a lot more room up here?
It's up to you.
I think that's a little better.
Okay.
If you want more, we can move it again. But I think that's way better.
I have another little project I want to work on, so.
You do? What's on yours?
But I can't work here because I'm going to have to cut some wood and do something. See, I scooted this way a little more, so I'm a little more front.
That's a lot better, yeah. A lot better. This needs to go. This needs to go.
Andrew Button. Hey, Andrew Button, did you see the thumbnail tonight? That's thanks to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Andrew. That was fun.
I took it. I edited a little bit more because I had to make it bigger, so I had to put the gray around the outside of it. And then I edited the license plate because you just like scrubbed over it. So I actually made a license plate that said Studebaker. And then, but other than that, I just put it up. It was pretty good. I mean, we all had a good laugh over that. He said, yes, I did.
John asked if we were going to be working on the Studebaker tonight.
Oh,
no.
Well, that, you know,
I don't know when
every once in a while something happens on one of the lives that we really get a good laugh out of it, and that was the one.
Did you see I scavenged that in case we needed it? If we ever
Kim's been working on, well, if any of you saw my short with that botched up looking air conditioning line, my low side line was, Stephen Smith, good evening. That line was all corroded because it had it was down low, had a piece of foam around it, so it held water in there, and man, it had like pits all over it. So Kim uncrimped it because we needed that piece because of the curvature of it. You're not going to be able to curve that again. So we took it. Kim cleaned it all up with a wire brush and sanded it, and I don't know what she did. We put it in the vise, and I coated that thing with brass. I brazed over it, or with bronze, I guess. Coated over it real nice, so there's no pits left in it. She buffed it off. It looked really good, and then she crimped new rubber line on it, soft line on it, and so now it's installed. But that's how we fixed it. We actually fixed it too. Okay, we're going on about. I'm sorry, I'm not reading anything. Bill Cosby's son died. Really?
Oh, man. I heard, like, in Costa Rica, he must have gotten caught in a riptide. They saved his daughter. Am I talking about what happened? I saw a news that sounded horrible. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I just saw that Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Is that him, or is that
54 years old? I'm not sure. Man, this is the day for it, I guess. Well, I'm still here. I'm the same age as Hulk Hogan, and I'm still here. But that rattles you a little when people your age are like they're going away. I don't know. I guess unless I'm not going to live forever.
No,
Craig May is here. Hey, how you doing? How is it down under? Well, and Tavo's here too, so we've got two here already from.
Yeah. Well,
oh, I see. It's no Buff. It's the son that was on Bill Cosby. It's his son on the show.
Oh, okay, not his real.
Not his real son.
The actor. Yeah, I saw. That's tragic. It really is awful.
So, yeah.
You don't go on vacation to die in the tide. That's a damn shame.
Stephen Smith. Me, Steve Mofar. This is actually my dad's account. Tom is my account, but I use this one in the other live stream because there's some trolls in there that are after Tom. So who is this? And I don't know who this is. If you're young Buff, you didn't take steroids and body slams. You know, I was thinking about the steroids. Yeah. Oh, Andrew Button says his son actually died in a carjacking way back when. Yeah, the steroids. See all this stuff with steroids with athletes. There's steroids that you can also get in a little tube, and it's topical. It's not something you take internally. But because of that, because of all the abuse of steroids, they've highly regulated this topical steroids, which really sucks because I need it, and the tubes aren't very big, so I usually get them from Mexico because I can get more. But it's
haven't
different.
Gotten them from Mexico in years.
I haven't got it because I got a big tube from Mexico. Yeah, I did. I got it. I did get it from Mexico not long ago. So anyway. Yeah, I'm going to have to get it from here at some point. See, Mexican Six says, yes, but the story never made sense. It was a 12-cylinder Mercedes SL. They had roadside assistance, but the kid never called them. I lived close to that area at the time. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. You know, a lot of things, when they get into the media, they don't make sense. They don't get the story right or whatever. Yeah, blew a tire or something. Yeah. Bad chance the media got it story right. Oh god, this is actually the root beer stuff. It's pretty good. Root beer flavoring in my water. What it's like? Hey Jay, how you doing?
Welcome
hey you guys,
Jay.
sorry I'm late. I was having car problems. You had car problems, man. I just watched I watched the last bit of your live, and then I went back and watched the rerun on it. Was the '62 Ford Galaxy. Man, I had two of those. I had a '62 Ford that I bought in Illinois when I was in the Air Force, and it was 11 years old, and it was on some back lot. And they were going to use it for a destruction derby. I had to talk them out of it, and I paid them $200 for that car, and I drove it for like a year. I drove it all over the Northeast, And then I drove it to California, and I used it there for a while. And then I bought another one years later that I just bought and sold. Had it for a short time, and it was a two-door. That one was a two-door hardtop. Had it, gone, you know. But I sure like those cars, and that was pretty good. That was a really good one. The one you had on that. Oh, maybe Mexican Spec. Your moderator, you could put that up here. A link to what it's like, his channel. Oh, 12 volt in the Prius went. Oh, that's not good. You had lots of voltage, but no 12 volts. You know, of all the electric cars, you know, it's not really it is sort of electric. It's a hybrid. But, you know, Toyota got it right. They've had those things going for, what, 25 years now. And I know you have one. That's one of your daily drivers. Josh Holman, hey, good evening. How you doing? What it's like? It's a colossal pain in the butt to get in the hatch when it's filled with stuff. You need electricity to run all those components. And then luckily it happened while I was at Walmart. But unfortunately they don't sell the battery I need. No, we don't have those. We don't have those. But if you remember car bashes for school fundraisers and stuff, man, not really. Raw dog, damn, it's already winter by you. I wish I could get winters with a bunch of snow to ride snowmobiles. I've been and had snowmobile load in 2 years. You know, when I was in Ohio, I went to a drag strip there, which was Thompson Speedway. You have crazy people in the middle of summertime riding snowmobiles, and they got like rollerblades out front there, whoop, going. I can't imagine how fast on the drag strip on snowmobiles in the middle of summer on pavement. Hey, thanks, Mexican Spec. Got up the link to Jay's What It's Like channel.
Welcome in, Stray Bullet. How you doing? Hey, can I show my thing?
Just a second. I'm listening out for anything flying away like a roof or fence. Oh, okay. So you got some wind. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. I'll try to catch up. Go ahead, Kim.
So we bought this. Oh, you're right in front of it.
See, now I have to move.
Just scooch. It is a refrigerant recovery machine, and it's of dubious origins as far as condition. We were told and so we were able to make the vacuum pump work, and it's a really good vacuum pump. It pulls down like right now.
Oh, it's like twice as big as my old one.
But
and it's not worn out.
We plugged the main computerized system in. It's from 1995, and it let the smoke out right away. All the smoke came out of the machine. And so we're going to try and put the smoke back in. I ordered some componentry, and Kim is going to try and fix his things. Maybe we'll ship it out to Boat Anchor and have him figure it out. But actually,
it pipped the capacitor.
It did, and we found it. That was the greatest part.
Well, she told me
this capacitor right here. It was definitely on fire.
She told me that when she bought it from the guy, he plugged it in.
He plugged it in, and it worked.
It worked fine. We brought it here, plugged it in, and I said, something smells hot. I said, something really smells hot. She unplugged it. She was walking over. She goes, oh, yeah, I see the smoke. I said, I don't see any smoke, but I sure smell it.
Oh, and then the whole garage stunk.
The whole garage smelled bad. So it piffed the component on the circuit board.
So we're going to try and fix that. But we've got his car. We've got the AC system assembled. It's assembled. We did not record all of that, so we're going to have to do some... We're going to have to document some of that, video documents, so that I can make a video to give you guys, because live streams don't pay the bills necessarily. So we're going to try and make a video that is interesting. And then we vacuumed this down last night, put a vacuum on the system. And we need to now, why am I doing the hands? I don't usually do all this.
John Wilburn's here. Good evening.
Hi, John Wilburn. Welcome to the stream.
He said he found an old school radiator guy. Good. Started the bracket back on. Good. And he's got white vinegar soaking in it. Now, I've never tried that, but yeah, I saw inside that
My fingers are
cap,
crossed for you.
I saw inside where you took the cap off, the radiator cap. That's pretty ugly in there. Maybe you can get that cleaned up. I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes the struggles result in outcomes that needed to happen, like finding the radiator guy. You know, you had to struggle so you could find that guy, and now hopefully he's good. My AC guy uses regular vacuum pump, so the vacuum pump, right, is fine for drawing the system down. But if you want to take refrigerant out of one system and put it in another, or take refrigerant out of one system and store it in a container so that you can put it back, then you need a different kind of thing. A vacuum pump just blows it off into the air, right? So if you want to transport and
if you want to
recycle,
you're not supposed to just release the stuff. But on a crash,
it's too damn expensive.
In a crash, that's what happened to releases. But,
or if the system fails,
it'll
release.
What you're supposed to do is bring it down and put it into a
container. We got one of those.
And the container's on a scale, and it tells you how much you have. And then you can put it back in the system.
That's the other thing, is if this part starts working again, there's a scale that's part of that we can use. And it's got gauges and all that, although I had to rob some of the stuff out of it to make the vacuum pump. I had to
see.
We'll see what we can do.
Down here, that part down there, that I'm still in the way, that's the vacuum pump. So she just disconnected everything and used the vacuum pump by itself. And that, it pulled that system down quickly. That's a pretty nice vacuum pump. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. I got to turn I had the ringer on so Kim could call me.
We're trying to work on like a slightly higher level, right? A vacuum pump will get you there, but like I've got 3 vehicles in the yard that need pumped down, and I don't want to just release them in the atmosphere, because that's at what? You pay $50 a pop just for refrigerant. That's $150 worth of refrigerant.
Those things aren't $50, are they?
Well, 3.5 cans of that refrigerant, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, for all of it.
So.
Oh, and Luis is here. Good evening.
So, yeah, because the compressor on the Jeep needs service, and the system is charged, but we have to discharge the system to work on the compressor. So we have to have tools to do that, or we have to pay somebody, which most people are going to pay somebody, but Kim fixes things, not Kim pays somebody else to fix her own things. It's just, it's the vibe of the channel that we figure things out. So here we are with more things to fix.
Raw dog. I used to work with a guy that cut up ghost peppers and put them on his pizza.
Yeah.
Nobody else could eat that pizza.
No.
But that wouldn't be my choice. Okay, because he's talking about Scovilles.
Ghost peppers.
So let's see here. Yeah, Luis, we were talking about that just before you came in. There's a couple other people that passed away as well. Let's see here. Andrew Button, Walmart has 134 for half of what the auto parts stores charge.
Okay, but just make sure that it's actually R134 and not R134 replacement. That's a big thing now that's showing up in spots.
Because if you buy replacement, it's probably propane or butane, which is pretty cheap compared to R134.
But it's not as good.
And there's some problems with that.
And it shouldn't be mixed. Like, if you're going to start a system with a different refrigerant, fine, but you shouldn't just be putting that on top of your refrigerant. So, yeah, look it up. Do some research. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. And I want to do it economically, so when I see something's half price and I can't tell what the difference is. But the replacement stuff, look on Amazon. They only sell the replacement stuff for R134. It is not a direct replacement like they say.
Hey, Tavo, you sent me a link in the email for the R134. No, it was the replacement R134. The video was okay, but I learned a lot from it. But it was kind of funny because I watched that video and then you sent me the link. So then I went back and watched it again. So both times I learned something else on it. Well, the whole thing started because what was it, Washington State? I think it was Washington State. Didn't allow R134 to be sold to anybody without a license. The other 49 states, you can do that, but not in Washington State. So they went. What happened was Amazon kept selling it and shipping it to Washington State. Then they got in a big problem.
Oh, this is really important.
What?
Look at the gauge.
All of a sudden you're like, oh, it's still got vacuum since almost 24 hours ago. So we know that's good.
It'll hold a minimal vacuum.
And so
Basic vacuum. That's great. That's awesome. Our repairs work.
So let me get back to this.
Okay.
So what I was trying to get to was somehow, hey, I'm going to, if you don't mind, I don't know, is that important? Yeah, R134A. Can't be long. Can't we still refill over the border? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and then the guy that did the video says, the license is on the federal side. So he goes, it's not that hard to get a license. Just get online. It's an open book test. Take the test, get your license, and then you're allowed to buy the stuff. So, I mean, I talked to Kim about that. We should just take the test. It's an open book test online.
Well, we don't need a license in the state.
No, but then you can say, hey, I got the license.
I got my certification. I'm forklift certified.
I'm certified.
Yeah, okay. I'm certifiable.
So let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I already read that. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, no restrictions here. Yeah, in Mexico. I have a great AC shop. A lot of good things about Mexico. There's a lot of good things about every place. There's bad things about every place,
So I don't think it's a matter here in Tennessee where we are. I don't think it's a matter of laws. It's about good stewardship with your materials and your costs and the way that you handle waste products. And as it is now, we are in a position where we can try and get this machine going and we can recycle our stuff in a way that doesn't waste it. That maybe it's not the best system, but it is a system, and we're learning, and we're making an effort. We're not just dumping our waste in the pond. We're trying to do the right thing with it, and not everybody's in a position to do it the way we're trying to do it.
And Dean Stevenson got an ad, the same ad he always gets. It says, "I'm getting loaded in the back of my truck." I think that means he's putting stuff in the truck. I don't think it means it's in the truck getting loaded.
Maybe.
Let's see here. What else? Raw Dog says he wants a Suzuki van. You got the right person to talk to in here. Talk to Mexican Spec. I bet they have them there, and I bet he can find you one. Of course, I don't know how old the one is you want. But just tell them that you're a licensed professional, like I am. I'm a licensed professional. Last night they always ask me, "Are you military?" "Yeah, I'm military." And I get the discount. Well, we were in a store last night. "Are you military?" "Yeah." She goes, "I need to see your card." I don't have a card. I do have one somewhere, but
you don't carry it around and flash it like it's some kind of thing.
So it's like, okay, so we didn't get our discount.
We missed our discount on our stuff. You know what? I'm returning that stuff anyway, so don't make me mad.
Well, make sure we don't show the card when you return it. Then we'll lose money returning it.
We'll lose money when we return it. That's right. It all works out. But yeah, so we
Mexican Spec says you have to be certified to drive a forklift. Well, it depends. Where I work, yeah, absolutely.
In a lot of industrial
I worked in a place where it was a government-run logistics hub.
You don't touch equipment you're not certified to use.
Yeah, to be certified.
Because then if you don't know something that you should have known because you're not certified and somebody gets hurt or whatever. So you just, and certifications are usually not that big a deal. Like he said, for refrigeration stuff, it's an open book test.
Open book test online.
But if you're not willing to at least do the minimum, then no, they don't want you touching nothing. Just go away. If you can't pass an open book test, then maybe you should do something else.
Stray bullet, I have a valid driver's license.
There you go. Hey, I spent hours and hours and hours on YouTube University to learn about refrigerants and what I'm doing a little bit, and I admit that I am just the very lowest level beginner at this, right? I am one step above just pumping more refrigerant in it to see if it'll work.
Who does the certifying? Oh, what, in the forklift?
Somebody who has
Well,
experience.
when I was in the Air Force, we had to have a cert and to run the forklift. I avoided that for years because then what happens is you get pulled to drive forklift around all the time, and I really wanted to work on jet engines, so I avoided it probably about 5 years. And somebody found out I didn't have that. Oh man, they took me out into the bay of this building, put me on a forklift, signed me off, and then I was forklift driver.
I mean, that's the thing, is it just means that you took the class.
And
That's all it
then,
means.
and then I was in a hangar one time, really high ceiling. You can imagine a hangar that takes big transport aircraft, freaking giant thing. And I go out there, and this guy goes, "Come here," and he scoops up a pallet, a wooden pallet with the forklift. It's one of these forklifts that goes way up, has a bunch of sections. And he hands me a fluorescent light, and he goes, "See that light that's out? Replace it." He goes, "Stand on this thing." He goes, I'm like, I grab that, grab that pallet, and that forklift's like clink, clink, clink. And I don't like heights. I know I'm a pilot.
I worked on one of those things
and
10 hours a day.
I had to put that
6
bulb
days a week for
I had to put that
18
bulb in,
weeks.
and I thought, this guy's certified. I bet this isn't on the certification.
When 35-foot scissor lift,
But
putting up
that's different than a
cast
forklift.
iron pipe this big, and I would
Andrew, but I want to work on forklifts powered by jet engines, but never worked out. Forklift license down here is a high-risk work license, and it has to be renewed every 5 years, about $100. Well, see, in the logistics hub where I worked, which is a civilian thing for the military, there was a guy there from one of the companies that he was a retired Marine colonel, and I don't know where he got his certification, but he did all the certification. He's a pretty good guy, retired bird colonel from the. What was weird was he was kind of working for me. So the first day he came in, he's talking to me. He's sitting there taking notes, and I'm thinking, this guy's a colonel, and he's taking notes for me. Oh God, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Let's see. I want to work on forklifts. What I was going to ask you to do was maybe put up a link to that, but I don't know if I do that. I have mine until 2028. Won't be renewing this time. You can go get a job as a forklift driver. Do they call them forklifts down under, or do they call them? Because I built a bunch of radiators for forklifts for the Japanese, and they had their translation into English was, I think they call it a fork truck. I don't remember, it was different. It wasn't a forklift.
a lifting Upton. Oh no, that's German. What would they call it? Remember your Volkswagen joke? What would they call the forklift? Up in the
Who knows?
pallet?
Government revenue stream, like ordinary driver's license, yeah. Here I think they give you a driver's license for 10 years at a time, I think. Forklift down there, some people call it a lift truck. Okay, that may have been what the Japanese called it. I don't remember. They sold a bunch of, this was back when I was in the radiator business, and I was selling radiators like worldwide, custom-made radiators for like engine swaps and stuff. And I advertised like on Hot Rod and Carcraft magazine. I had a lot of business from that. So it was a Komatsu forklift company found me because of that and had me design a radiator for their forklifts and they had a bunch of forklifts that were going to be used inside a building where they, these little peanuts, these little, white foam peanuts, where they make those. And they said the ambient air temperature in there was 120 degrees. I'm thinking, man, can you imagine working in that building? But they needed fork trucks that would not overheat in there, and they had me build this bunch of radiators for them that they put in new forklifts, which is pretty cool. But they didn't call them forklifts. Vintage is here. Good evening. He says, in Oklahoma, our driver's license is good for 4 years. That's how California used to be when I was in California. But then, oh, God, Tavo, car license here is $550 for 10 years. That is terrible. But if I publish the Nissan Pulsar, can you get me pictures of sport? Okay. I'm going to have to do that in the daytime. It's all overgrown with weeds. It's not going to be an easy job. I'll see what we can do. And the story behind that top is it was a pristine, nice top. My former wife started a fire accidentally that burned part of my shop, and that thing got brazed a little with the fire. So it's probably recoverable, but it's not very nice. See, I paid 2 years at a time for my driver's license, says Mexican Spec.
Interesting to hear what it's like in various places.
$550 to renew your license. That's like robbery. Well, Mexican Spec, I think what got hurt, yeah, it may need paint, but it may buff out. But, there's some rubber seals and stuff, some stuff like that probably got hurt.
What, the crimping thing?
No, that, whatever that top is outside for the Sportback, Nissan Pulsar Sportback.
Oh, I've never looked close at it.
Yeah, and it's all in the weeds growing over it right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get it out of there somehow. And it's got poison ivy all around it.
Maybe, probably.
So yeah, it's like I kind of forgot about it because I always wanted one of those cars, but got old, and there's other things on my agenda.
Yeah.
Let's see, Inspector Bruce got ad for Vistaprint.
Oh, good. And, you get 2 points.
And Vintage got an ad for Bob Mills. I don't know who Bob Mills is. Andrew Button. So, if one pockets too many plastic utensils from Colonel Sanders, is that forklifting?
Yes.
Sports.
Sport vision.
I always liked sports. Why don't they make silverware like that? They just make plastic ones. They should make stainless ones. You can have it for a long time. Make one end a spork and the other end a knife. Of course, then you can't hold something like that. You need 2 of them.
Well, you know what the opposite of a spork is?
What's the opposite of a sport?
A boon.
A foon? Foon. And Crash's Roadrunner Garage got a Venmo ad.
2 points.
Oh, Vintage says Bob Mills is a mattress company. Tavo says, crazy how they renew the car license here. It's actually $50 a year plus $50 administration. 1 to 10 years your choice. So it's 3 years is $150 plus $50 administration, if that makes sense. I went to a town in California where I used to live, San Luis Obispo, a few years ago, and they're like crazy with parking tickets. And I parked. Oh, Tom Anderson got a Google ad. So, and Luis got a McDonald's ad. Hey, McDonald's. McDonald's where you live. That's cool. I didn't know McDonald's was there. South America. So, I went to San Luis Obispo, met up with a friend of mine. We went in a restaurant or something, had something to eat. There's parking meters. They're only good for an hour. So I put money in the meter for the max amount of time, came in, went out about an hour later, and that thing just expired and I already had a ticket. It's like, man, welcome to San Luis Obispo. Here's your parking ticket. They just love those things. So you pay it online. So I go online to pay the parking ticket, and it's itemized. There's the parking ticket. There's an administrative fee. There's a fee for paying it online. There's a fee for taking a credit card. And it got really expensive. Okay, Kim.
What's up?
Super chat. I'm trying to super chat. Tavo sent us $2 as
Thank you,
revenue.
Tavo. Tavo, we appreciate your generosity. Glad you are here. Thank you. I'm glad to see your car coming together. I hope you're getting some joy out of that. Tavo's here supporting us and keeping the lights on.
Keeping the lights on, man.
Yeah.
Tavo, that is greatly appreciated because I know you're not working right now. So thank you very much. Stray Bola says the best thing about Kentucky Fried Chicken is the sport.
I did not know they used spork.
You know, I didn't eat KFC for so long, and I was out in Arizona working I was in that warehouse, and there was a guy that came back from Afghanistan that had been deployed. He came back, and we really didn't know what to do with him because all of a sudden we got a new guy, and so he was helping with some documentation or something, and he was a technician. And now he's in a warehouse. He knew it, this guy. So he goes, I'll go get lunch. And he took off. And he came back and he brought me a box, a 3-piece dinner from KFC. And it was so good. I started eating KFC again. So, you know what I really liked was I liked their coleslaw because it was cut in little tiny pieces. And for some reason I like that. So now I make coleslaw a lot here at the house, and I cut it into little tiny pieces just like they do. I like that. I don't like the big pieces. Okay.
This air conditioning pump the only way to get it apart is with a big bolt. Coarse thread bolt.
For what?
Of a size that I cannot.
So take what apart? Did I get an upset stomach from KFC? Never have.
Come look at it for just 1 second.
But in Spanish, el secreto de la calabaza mágica. Wait, that for me? Okay, I'm gonna have to ignore the chat and go help Kim for a couple minutes. Is there KFC in Mexico? You transfer your plate to another car to get rid of yours. In California, it stays with the car. Here, the car stays with the person. So yeah, it goes to another car, which is kind of good because if you paid the registration for a year, like you just paid it, and you put the car or the plate on another car, there's some little transfer fee, but you've already paid for the license plate. So that's pretty good. And Luis says in Venezuela he sees KFC. Well, that's pretty good because Venezuela is a place that I am not real familiar with as far as what products are there. Okay, Ken, what do you need?
So this goes on. It's like you know how when you put a lawnmower thing on, it goes on the taper shaft, and you pull it on the bolt, and then it kind of locks into the keyway. If you get it off, you use like a tool or whatever. You have a puller. The other way is if you have the right size bolt or threads in there, you can thread it in and it'll pop it off. You're pushing down and pulling up at the same time.
I guess
none of them are right. They're all too small, actually.
What's that big rest for?
It's also not right. So I just wanted you to see what I'm up against. That's where I'm struggling. You can go back to what you were doing. I just thought maybe you'd want to see.
I had a real nice snap-on fuller set. You know the story on that. I lent it to a guy. That's the last time I saw it. But that was many years ago. That was a really nice fuller set.
You should have kept that in track and I was going to use it tonight.
Well, you know what? I lent it to him because he worked in a tire shop that was two doors down from me. So the next day, I needed it, and I went over there to find him, and they go, oh, he quit. Yesterday was his last day. I go, what?
Put your stuff.
Nice big snap-on puller set. You know, you look at. I bet that's today. I bet that's $1,000 or more. That's oh, it. Talos says our plates stay with the car. It, along with any remaining registrations, transferred to the new owner. That's how California is. Or that's how California was when I left. I assume it's still the same. Mexican Spec says KFC has infested everywhere, but Mexico there are no nuggets sold. Mean Street says in Mississippi license plates are non-transferable. You mean they stay with the car? Does that mean non-transferable? From one car to another or from one person to another? I don't know which way it doesn't transfer. Andrew Button, today I snapped off a rather large bulk extractor. I thought of you guys as I heard the design and sound.
Right?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's why I told Camp, you know, if something can break, it will.
It breaks. It's going to happen. You have to account for that. You can't expect.
Lee says, I remember in 2023, my family and I were going to eat KFC in lunch before my birthday. Tavo, and registration fees we can do as 1 month, 3 months, 12 months. Of course, the shorter periods work out more expensive. And you got to probably have to go to the motor vehicle department. I avoid the motor vehicle department. Well, California, it's horrible. Some states are better than others. Tennessee is actually really easy.
Way, darn it!
Tennessee is quite easy when it comes to dealing with the people where you pay the registration and all that. They're almost no wait. They have enough people there. They're nice. Stray Bullet, our KFC is terrible here. I've given them plenty of chances, but I won't go there anymore.
I don't go to KFC.
The supermarket makes better fried chicken. Mexican Spec says I don't loan tools. Man, you know, I just have a hard time saying no to people. I don't know. I'm here in this little shop. Nobody comes in here wanting those. Order stuff. Finish says, what do you all do with cracked heads? I have 3 heads and one of them has cracked valve seat. I'm thinking, cut it up and see what the inside looks like. Well, that'd be interesting. You got a bandsaw? And paint it all cool so you can see how everything runs. Andrew Button, KFC here is inedible these days. I wonder what happened to KFC. So I haven't had KFC since I was in Arizona. Man, when was that? That guy, it's been 10 years probably. My buddy was the manager for a store in Vegas. He made it the best in town. He told some stories.
If it's just a crack, what kind of head is Adventure? You can have valve seats cut and replaced, but if it's not a rare or valuable head, then yeah, cut it up and practice reporting on it.
Well, and where's the crack? Is it between something that's going to not work well even after you put a seat in it, you know?
Yeah. Like the Magnum heads, I guess they always crack between the exhaust and the intake, and it doesn't matter. Like you can run them like that. They don't blow coolant or nothing like that when they're like that. So it's kind of specific to the vehicle.
I had a Ford 429 that had gotten hot. I bought the car knowing that it had been overheated. I got a deal on it. And it's steaming out the tailpipe, you know. So I pulled the heads off. Every intake and every exhaust port had a crack between them right in the combustion chamber. And they were the open chamber heads, so those things, I don't know what I did with them. Probably put them in a dumpster, I don't know. Back when iron wasn't worth anything.
Yeah, who has the time?
Talos says, we do have exceptions. I have plastic plates on the Ute. If I sell that, I have the option of leaving on the car transfer. Or get standard plates for the Ute and keep the plate for another. You know, California was like that. If you had personalized plates, they stayed with the owner of the plate. Or you could let them go with the car. But every normal plate, that just stayed with the car. It was like a VIN that stayed with the car forever. Main Street, when you sell the car, the plate is null and void. You can't use it on any other car. Wow. Plans to port the other 2 would be helpful. Andrew Button, I don't loan rules, they never come back. I I've got friends that have brought them back, but yeah, it's just somebody in a shop next door or 2 doors down. You know, the guy needed a puller for something. You know, it's like, yeah, okay. Guess you can't do that with some people.
Yeah.
Stray bullet. We can transfer vanity plates to other vehicles in California. Yeah, that's how it was when I was there. I'd forgotten about that, but I remember in KFC back in the 2000s, I got kids meal, got a cool toy when I was a kid. That's Luis saying that, and it's scrolling by pretty quickly. I'm gonna miss some chats. I'm sorry. Vintage says it's a 516 casting number, 3 head to be more exact.
I know the casting numbers. If it's something rare or valuable, then just put it up until somebody's looking for a core. Because they can be repaired if it's cracked seat.
Buddy Carpano, last time at Motor Vehicles I had to fight to prove an old car didn't have a 17-digit VIN number. Yeah, there's people that don't know that, and I have had problems with that, and they think I'm full of it. You know, it's like, no, they didn't do that until, I don't remember what year it was. It became federal law that they were 17 digits, and it was kind of an international thing, you know, that everybody, I guess, agreed on that. But before that, like my Studebaker has like 5 digits or something. Well, there I was trying to put a Studebaker in my name, and Andrew, but I didn't call it Arby's. I called it Garby's. It's some garbage. Hey, I thought Arby's was pretty good.
I like Arby's. My mom worked for Arby's for decades.
Her mother worked at Arby's.
A long time.
There was an Arby's next to a...
Her Arby's was really good. She always made sure it was managed properly.
Next inspect. Oh, I see lots of plates in car floors. I hate that because I got a license plate collection. And you people, some of you have sent me license plates, and I have them in my bedroom, and I say I'm going to make up a board and hang them up here sometime, and I keep not getting it done. I got a lot of license plates. See, yeah, there was an Arby's next to a hotel where I stayed in Arizona, and that was, man, I like their, what the heck did I used to get? A Reuben. I got their Reuben a lot. That was really good. But I don't know, some people didn't like that place. Next spec, I went to register my 63 Fury in California, but it had been out of the system. The guy at DMV said, I'm not sure you can keep your back plates. Oh, that's, who knows. My 64 Ford one time, they made me replace the plates. Also down here, if you buy a car with no plates, you go to DMV with a form. If the car checks out okay, they hand you new plates. There and then, they keep a stack in each office. What is this thing? I'm gonna ignore the chat for a minute, but I want to see all this. You should accept the finish says the local tag agency didn't accept the VIN on a 50 Mercury because it had a 9-digit VIN. The 17 VIN came out in 1980. Okay, and vintage, I can tell you're from somewhere in the south part of the U.S. where a license plate is called a tag, and people other parts of the country don't understand what you mean when you say tag. They think you mean the little sticker. No, the tag is the license plate. People don't understand that unless you're from the south. Stray bullet. Here's a good vanity plate. Yeah, there was a guy that had one of those on a red Corvette in Maryland, and it was very similar to that. It was all ones and I's, and they were all mixed up. But he was in that car was in California, Maryland. Well, Kim, I'm look. Oh, here's my. Oh, what was that? Jeez.
Dive bomber.
So, was that a giant bug, or did you throw something at me?
Whacking all around.
Oh man, he just came over here, went right over my shoulder, and slammed into the keyboard. See, Dean says I've got loaded, man. It's hot, 35.6 Fahrenheit. Oh, I thought you were going to say C, Fahrenheit. Maybe I should use the Santa AC and whatever that is. Scan the Okay, I've got to cut this open, find out what we have here. What is this? What is this? What is this? Got a box. Yeah, Max, expect it's winter there. That's why it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not how that opens. That is not how that opens. Ah, this is how it opens. I was trying to open it. Something wrong.
That's something we already opened. Oh, those are the rest of the ignition coils for the Jeep.
These are the coils for the Jeep.
If we were looking for those, where would you look? I
thought we were going to put them in the Jeep.
That's not really.
Well,
I hate to have a bunch of extra Jeep stuff riding around.
That's the second part of the story. I told him, black plates, I am not registering a car. I kept my black plates. I was 16. What happened with me was my 64 Ford. I went in, you know how you used to go into the DMV to pay the money every year? I went into the DMV, and they said, they wouldn't, I had the paperwork and everything, and they said, well, there's another car with that license plate. Is this on a Pontiac Firebird? And they gave me some name in Napa, California. I said, no, this is my name. And I live in San Luis Obispo. It's on a 64 Ford. Well, they got supervisors over there, and they all looked at it. They're all baffled. Two cars with the same license stuff. So they told me, come back some other time. They just wanted me to go away. So I went away, and I let it expire. And I waited till I got stopped by the California Highway Patrol. I told them what happened. And I said, maybe you write me a fix-it ticket, not a moving violation. Maybe they'll fix it then. So he wrote me a fix-it ticket at my request. Then I went back to the Motor Vehicle Department, or DMV there, Department of Motor Vehicles. And they, crash is taken off. Okay, good night. So I went back to the DMV with the ticket and with the story, and they told me to go out to the car and take the license plates off my car and bring them in. I did that, and they gave me new license plates. So I ended up with those stupid blue, remember when they had the blue license plates after the black plates? I ended up with blue license plates, and they were ugly. So that's what happened. Somewhere after I had my plates, state of California, in all their wisdom, gave some guy a same license number as mine. I just can't believe that kind of thing even happened. How about we didn't get the 13, 17-digit VIN until way after the rest of the world, just known as chassis or body numbers. My unit is registered simply as 3L2083, where a modern car has 17-digit. Yeah, that's how my Studebaker, I think, has a letter and 4 numbers, I think. And I registered it first in Arizona, and I had trouble. And I asked, they had to go get a supervisor. The supervisor came and go, oh yeah, this is how you do this. Magic fingers on the keyboard. But the person I was talking to first had never seen that before. Next goes, yeah, blue and gold. Louis says, I like gold. They weren't gold. They called them gold. They were blue and yellow. Vintage, this new Oklahoma license plate looks like it belongs to Texas. It's red with a single star in the middle. What did they do that for? Straight bullet, I have a 34-year-old license plate on one of my trucks that the cameras on the Golden State Bridge won't pick up. Free tolls. What do you need, Kim? You're waiting on me to something.
Oh, no.
Maybe you could cross this off. But in Carpano, does Tennessee require a front plate? No, they not only don't require it, they don't give you one. Now in Arizona, you get the option, and if you get a personalized plate, they send you 2, and optionally you can put it on the front, or you can request one, but they only require 1. Same here. Most of the South, I think, is single license plates. Yeah, Massachusetts. California requires a front plate. Ohio used to. I don't know if they still do. I've got stopped in Ohio. See. I lived in Pennsylvania, this far from the Ohio border, and I was back and forth all the time. And I get stopped by cops there because I didn't have a front plate, and obviously I don't because I was Pennsylvanian. That's all you have is one plate, and they'd give them an excuse to walk around with a flashlight, look in my car, and treat me like a criminal, and then let me go. I got stopped in Ohio one time, like this far from the border. I'm headed straight into Pennsylvania. This cop gets behind me. It's the middle of the night. I'm on my way to work. He stops me. It's a 55 zone. And he said I was doing damn near 60. Yeah, I guess I was. Is that a problem? I was doing damn near 60. But he had a problem because I didn't have a front plate. And he was looking inside, and I had all these airplane ribs, aluminum ribs and stuff. And he's in there looking. What is all that stuff? Why do you have that? 100 questions about it. Finally let me go. He didn't even write me a ticket for going damn near 60. I wonder if he would have written that on the ticket. Damn near 60 in a 55 zone. Vintage says we only have rear plates in Oklahoma. Next inspection is 34 years old. That's only 1991. Luis says I'm 22 years old. Although that number on the U breaks down to 3 equals engine transmission combination. L equals trim level. 20 body style, which is a Ute. 83 build number. Yeah, 83rd one built in that model. Wow. You're kidding me. Does it get long? Do they go to one more digit when there's more of them? I would think you only have, your Ute is number 83 of that series. Vintage says, I have a 76 license plate on my 76 Ford Grand Touring. Okay, Kim, what's up? I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to you, and I should be. You look like you're waiting on me, that's all. Oh, you know where you could put this? In the Mopar cabinet where we keep spare parts. It is a Mopar car.
Okay. Do we have other Jeep parts that you can think of? Because I could put it with the Jeep parts too. I don't think we do. So yeah, Mopar cabinet. Yeah. Yeah, because the electrical pile doesn't make sense for vehicle-specific electronics. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I ordered those. Oh, Kim's van. It rains here a lot. Every time we get Kim's van, she runs the wipers and there's like strings of rubber hanging from it. This thing's gonna scratch the window. So I bought her a pair of windshield wipers.
Thank you for buying me windshield.
Well, one came. It's like, so today the other one came. So now we can put those on. It's one of those things where you order two and you get one. You get the other one later. But it made me think of something else I ordered.
Mm-hmm. We can't do that tonight because you
cannot do this because the clamps I got were wrong. This is my steel braided fuel line, so I can
fix your car.
So my car can pass tech at the at AHRA because Ford put a soft line on that's about 17 inches long or something. Can't do that. You can only have short pieces or solid line or steel braided line. And it really needs to be flexible, so I bought the steel. Okay. If you want, says in the old days, the first numbers on a plate told what town or county. They made them stop because of prejudice, not racial, but inter-county. Well, I don't remember that in California. Maybe it was, but I know, like in South Dakota, when I was there in the '60s, it absolutely was. It was 6 dash and then the numbers, and 6 was Brookings County. It was the 6th largest, went by the size of the county, 6th largest county in South Dakota. It was not very big. South Dakota was very sparsely populated then. And I know the next county south of us is Sioux Falls. I don't remember the name of that county, but it was one. So you'd see a lot of ones around. This is 1991 truck. I got a new plate in May of 1990. Thereabout, and it was 2STB something. Oh yeah, that's after they started putting the twos in front of them, or the ones and twos. Yeah, they became 7 digits in California because they were only 6 digits before that. Vintage says I'm using water supply line from Lowe's for fuel line on my cars. Oh, what is it like? The inside's white stuff. What do you call it? Teflon or something. That's what this is. It's steel braided line. It's Teflon on the inside. Okay, Kim, what's up? What's up?
The question I have is right here.
Oh, is the AC line the last thing you have to do? Okay, what we did, I thought I explained this, but maybe there were people that weren't in here.
No,
obviously.
no. He asked, is that the last thing you have to do on the car?
No.
Okay, I am stuck. There's nothing more I can do with the AC tonight because
Why
I have to take the compressor back off and change the front pulley. And I can't get the front pulley off tonight because I do not have the appropriate tool to remove it. So I'm stuck. It's not a big deal. I can't do anything more tonight.
She bought me a compressor and a new clutch and the thing that operates the clutch, the electrical part, the magnetic
and the refrigerant.
thing. Okay, but this is the part we're talking about here.
Okay.
So it's I can't think of it, York type compressor. She pulled the old one off, put the new one on, and I was standing on the other side of the car. And I'm looking, and the pulleys are like this.
Not lined up at all.
They don't line up. They're a half a belt width off. It's like you've got to be kidding me. And you can't slide the compressor around. I guess we could elongate those holes. Kim's going to try to take my old clutch off and see if it goes on there. I don't know. We got an alignment problem. So we're stuck right now.
He asked, is that the only thing else that we have to work on is the AC system? What other systems do we need to work on with the car?
Distributor, you can't tell when steel braided lines start to deteriorate. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's what I have to run.
Could be a danger.
It's what I have to run for age, all right. Okay, so let me think. Last night, while Kim was up here working on her refrigerant system, I went back there to the trunk. Oh, we have a light that plugs in, one of these little electric lights. You plug into the wall.
Clamp light. With a
and it would flash on and off sometime. You could hear electricity in there sizzling, and I thought the switch was bad, or maybe the inside of the cord was bad. I finally had enough of it, so I got out soldering it, took it all apart, and there's a little metal tab in there where the wire goes through, and the solder had failed, and the wire was just bad. So I resoldered those, both sides, and the switch was bad, and I fixed the switch, and I put it all back together. Man, that thing works great, so I did that. Then I opened the trunk up, and I really wanted to ground the trunk lid, the deck lid.
Tim's headed out for the night. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Good luck with the party.
So I wanted to ground that. I got that done, and I ran it nicely, and Kim came back there because I couldn't reach a couple of the zip ties, and she's got nice long arms, so she zip tied that. So I've got that done. That was something that I really needed to ground the rest of the car to the deck lid, so you got a good ground plane for the CB radio. So that's done. We got the new sockets done for the Mexican spec. Noticed that light was out. I noticed it too. So I was able to find new sockets. I got those in. That's all done. So that's working. Oh, what else do we have to do? The dash is still, there's stuff on the dash not together underneath. And I left it that way because I want to build a console, and I'm going to have to run some wires and things under there. So that's not done. But that's a fun thing. That's not a thing I have to drive it. What else did we need to do to drive it? You know, the windshield wipers are working. When I sit in it, what's turn signals are all working.
We do need to get a new, probably front seal for the power steering.
Oh, that's it. The power steering pump leaks. Not a tremendous amount, but it's making the underside of the car oily, and we need to do it. So Kim kind of wants to take the pump off and take it apart and put a new seal on it. And if we can't do that, we'll just buy a rebuilt pump. But we'll probably try to fix it first. So that needs to be done.
Mexican spec wants a short video at night from the back of the car with the lights on. Oh, he's going to critique our light bulb system.
I was just going to back it in, but I can't drive it right now. It's discombobulated up front. I guess we could take the camera. Do you have a camera that you could walk back there with?
Yes.
Let's demonstrate. Oh, he wants to see it at night outside.
We're going to have to do it after stream. I can't do it.
He's asking a lot.
Oil on the underside protects it from rust? No.
But then he's going to criticize it because he's going to say it doesn't spread the light enough. You can see it brighter in the middle than on the outside. I know.
Yeah, he's got you there.
Well, I think all light bulbs.
Do those light bulbs that you bought, are those the ones that go in the front or no?
Yes, I have LEDs to put in the front. Those aren't done yet, but I can drive it. Oh, and small rust holes in the floor. You're right. I got to peel the carpet back. And there's a place where there was I don't know what, some kind of cable or something run along there where water got under that and it made a little skinny rust hole. So I got to peel that back.
Yeah, well, we can't work on the air conditioning. We're stuck because we're awaiting parts on that.
Oil on the underside of the car protects it from rust. I say leave it as is. Yeah, but I won't pass tech. I go to AHRA.
Oh, well, we could wipe it down and be okay for tech.
Yeah,
we just spray it off with some brake clean. It'd be okay for the day.
Well, if it drips, they're not going to let you. So.
Put a diaper on under it to catch it. But no, we want to get it fixed because you want the car to be good and serviceable. You don't want to have to add power steering fluid.
I have noticed the last time I was driving, it's got once in a while, so I know it's getting low. Yeah. So that's annoying.
So basically, what I'm saying is,
let's do LED.
I would love for us to pick a new target, so that we have something to do that's productive. While we well, careful, those are those clips. Will all fall out of there.
Fall out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they were in the bag.
So remember, Kim was working on the Jeep on pulling the inner fender out, and she needed a little plastic clip to see. I bought these. This is like every kind of different shape and size plastic clip you need that screws bolts in or screws into. So now we have these, so we can put those in the drawer where we have all the little stuff.
The assortment. Yeah, we should do a short of that.
Yeah, we'll do a short of that.
Another assortment.
We'll do,
how much was that? Like $10, $15?
I think they were $6.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive. Oh, and there were assortments that came from all different places, and some of them were like $36. I went, no. This one was pretty cheap. But this one, they weren't all black. They were all different colors. So
the plastic starts to get brittle, and then they break, and then then things start to flap in the wind because there's not as many screws as there's supposed to be. So it's a nice thing to have around. You just grab it. It's like having a vacuum hose plug assortment. You just you're going to need them now and then. You just have to have
two.
What's up?
If you move, can we see that side marker light? Oh,
no.
I'll
You won't see it.
Want to try?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so Mexican spec. I know this isn't a tail light, but it's an LED. Oh, I can't get through there. There's a workbench. I gotta go around. Little longer trip. And there's stuff over here.
Oh, I know. Well, don't clean up. Don't clean up. Never clean.
Yeah. So I can see the screen from here. Oh, I can turn these on all I want. And with no battery in the car.
battery in the car.
Okay, I can't do my demonstration.
If you want, I could get the battery.
No, we're not going to install a battery, so we should show off an LED. I forgot. There's no battery. No battery. So, what is this? Mexico. I've always had at least 10, but the bigger the better. That grew to 110 in Las Vegas. What is that? The number of cars you had? Never had too many cars. Had 15 cars at one time. That's a pretty good collection. So, 110 cars in Las Vegas. I bet you were a dealer at that point. You were actually a dealer. It's the only time I had more than 10 cars at once. They were mine. Was when I was a dealer in Ohio, and that became such a pain in the ass. I was actually, the guy came and took my license. The guy from the state of Ohio, he was an asshole. But I got tired of him. He'd come. Oh, you were not allowed to have any weeds on your property. And this guy would show up and inspect my property. He'd always find a weed somewhere and give me a warning. Well, I had an employee there, and I ran into town to get a part because it was about 6 or 7 miles out of town. Came back and he goes, that inspector was here and he took all your dealer plates and he pulled your license off the wall. He says you had weeds out there. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm trying to just earn a living, And this guy, all he was worried about was weeds. And you're in Ohio in the summertime and it's wet and stuff sprouts. He'd find a weed or two that are tiny and kind of shake his finger at me and, well, he took my dealer plates and off he went. So, you know what? That was the end of that. But Carpana, I just found out today I have a car at Aunt's house in Delaware that I forgot about. Ah. Yeah, straight bullet. They outlawed weeds. You're not allowed, that was written in one of the things. You couldn't have weeds. I know what they want. They don't want a big old overgrown mess like what we have here, And this guy was just, he was ate up with that. So I lost my license. No fine or anything. And then, of course, tax people came after me. They wanted the taxes paid on all the cars that I purchased that I was supposed to sell. So now they're my cars. So I had to pay the taxes purchasing the cars. And then they were my cars, and then I had to sell them one at a time over a long period of times because I was not a dealer anymore. It's just, like I said, real a-hole. Next inspector says the guy was on a power trip. DMVB cops are the stupidest cops in the state. They failed out of the academy. I proved that over in Las Vegas. They didn't even know their own law. Idiot kids. Hippie long dandelions are like the freaking state flower east of Mississippi. Dandelions. I know a guy that made dandelion wine that I worked for. Mexican spec says you didn't get an attorney to go kick their ass. No, that's going to cost me more. Used car business. Buy here, pay here, used car lot. What was that? it's the worst business I was ever in. The guy almost did me a favor, you know, because people would drive it, buy here, pay here, used car, and they come in and make their weekly payments until something broke on the car. Then they'd hide the car and they'd go to somewhere else and get another car, and then you can't find them. You can't repossess the car, and then when you finally do find them, now you got a choice to make. Do I fix their car for free so they keep making the payments, which I did a lot of that, or do I try to repossess the car? And I did some of that. And so your job becomes fixing cars for free, chasing down payments, repossessing cars.
Crappy job.
It's not a fun job. You could have sold cars outright, though. There's money you made in used cars. You know what? Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I guess the clientele I had, they were older cars. And what I did was, when I was in California, it was easy because you could jump a title easy. I just buy a car and drive it for a couple of days, and somebody'd want it, and it'd be gone, and I just move it, hand them the title. I got caught with that once. Some girl wrote my name on the back of the title when she went to the DMV, and then years later, it was like 7 or 8 years later, I was opening up my other radiator shop, and there's a thing called in California what do they call that? The State Board of Equalization. That's where you collect tax, sales tax. You pay your sales tax to the State Board of Equalization. So you have to have a permit to do that. So I applied for that, and man, they caught me. You sold a car without paying the tax on it, and it was a Mazda Rotary that I had a lot of those around. I got it for next to nothing. I sold it for $100. So $100. So they estimated the value of the car at the time, some huge amount of money, and I owed them $1,300 in tax and fines and whatever, late fees and whatever. I had to pay the State Board of Equalization $1,300 because I didn't pay the tax on a $100 car. And there's no fighting it. They're right, you're wrong, tough shit. You want your permit or not? Straight Bull says you have to repossess to make any money in that business. I knew a guy that had a buy here, pay here used car lot, and somebody would pay a car off. He'd get mad. He goes, I want to repossess it after they made like 7 or 8 payments, and then sell it again and again and again and again. He always gets 7 or 8 payments out of it because I don't want him to pay it off. It's like, I don't know. That's not the kind of guy I am. So, again, get an attorney. Attorneys cost money. I've got an attorney working on something for me right now, and she's doing it on, well, it might turn into some money. So she's doing it for a contingency thing. And maybe I'll tell that story someday. I can't talk about it right now. But somebody caused me a big problem. So I'm going. I suspect no Mazda Rotary was $1,300, let alone just that was $1,300 taxes. I don't remember what they said the taxes were, but there were penalties and interest for whatever it was, 6 or 7 years of interest and penalties. Yeah, the state of California made $1,300 on that. And I paid $1,300 because I didn't have one. Yeah, but I was wrong because I did jump the title. So, they're going to have me there. I just figured the best thing to do was pay the $1,300 and get on with my radiator shop. Louis says, I think about that 58 Plymouth Fury car. I like 57s better, but the 58's almost the same. I just like the taillights on the 57 better. Johnny C, too much drama for me. I would get out of that line of work. Man, yeah, that's it. When I got out of the used car business, that was a good thing to do. And I concentrated on building parts for airplanes, and nobody cares about that except the airplane guy you're building the parts for, and is better. Same shop, same piece of property. And I had weeds. I just let the weeds grow. I'd just go out there with a lawnmower and cut the weeds down to like a low, almost looked like a lawn. And made airplane parts. Shit, half the year in Ohio it snowed over it. I was actually pretty happy to get out of Ohio because I got tired of it. Or I say it was 7 years ago and it wasn't me. Oh yeah, well she wrote my name on the back of the title. So I guess I don't know, some girl wrote my name on it. It was a guy working for me, and his girlfriend wanted the car, and I sold it to her. She gave me whatever it was, and I guess he fixed it. So I may have even sold it for the same amount I bought it for. I may have bought it for 100 and sold it for 100. I don't remember. It was the non-running car. It says you can't be held responsible if some stranger writes your name on a title. Well, except if I end up at court and they ask me, I'm not gonna lie. She's like a teenage girl. It's probably her first car or something. There's a young guy that worked for me. It's his girl. But by the time I got caught, it was 6 or 7 years afterwards. And a lot of penalties, interest, or a big penalty interest. I don't know. It's way in the past. And it was $1,300 in, God, what year was that I did that? 1984? That was a lot of money in 84. Yeah, I just paid it.
Well, never forget. Make sure you stay angry and take that to your grave. Because 1984 is not that long ago. And you should bitch about it on your live stream for hours.
Oh, Kim, give me a break.
It's a great way to live.
Give me a break.
Everybody wants to hear about the bad things that happen.
She doesn't like the if it's more than like a week old, it's too old. She doesn't want to hear about it.
It's 1984.
I know. It's like I was just telling what happens when you jump a title, and they get caught, and you get caught.
All right.
Everyone says selling a rotary should be a crime, even when new. Man, I rebuilt a lot of rotary engines back then. I made money on those things, and they ran good when they left my shop. Put a car farm. My father had a charge card in my name. I didn't know about it. He maxed it out, never paid. Got stuck with a lot of interest. Really? Your father did that? That's sad. Sorry to hear that.
It's not fatherly behavior.
Johnny C. You should have denied it. Your name is Del Campo. Big signature. I didn't know it was a signature. They just wrote my name in there as if she bought it from me. And then I was like, well, she did. Tawa says 1984 is now being used as an instruction manual. I suspect 1984 was last week, Kim. Mexican Spec said he graduated in 84. But Carapana, 1984, good Van Halen album. Well, see, in 84, when I started the second radiator shop, I had it for several years and then sold it. Vintage. Good night. Take care. I can. Blanco area came out an old radial engine, one valve, very fascinating. You know what? I saw that video, but I haven't watched it yet. I saw it was sitting there. So who knows? Not Mexican Spec, not Luis. Who knows what Blanco Lirio means? I had to look it up. Because his wife is from Spain, so it's Spanish. Ari's here. Hey, Ari. He was in the class. He was in the class of 2010. Oh, that bug just took off again. Yeah, Ari's young. Oh, still, that was 15 years ago, Mexican Spec. He graduated from high school 15 years ago. Oh, it was a gnome radial engine. That's the one where the whole engine flips around and the crank's bolted to the firewall. Oh, I went through a lot of cars in '84. Probably about half the cars I've ever owned.
Well, cars.
Yeah, Stray Bullet, you're right. White Lily. Does he get any? Or he might have looked that up by now. All right, graduated. He graduated in '84. Or no, in 2010. God, when did my son graduate? Let's see. Trying to figure out when my youngest son graduated. It might have been 2010. Let me think. Should have been. I don't remember. Oh, Stray Bullet says Juan showed us a gnome radial today. Yeah, is that the gnome run? Is that the one with the whole engine? The whole engine turns like this, and the crankshaft's bolted to the firewall. Oh yeah, that must be it. The fuel is fed through the center of the crank. Stray Bullet says I knew that because I've been watching Juan for years. Dirt Road Landing. Good evening. Welcome, Steve Edwards. Oh, Steve's here. One exhaust flange
Welcome in.
bolt on each side of the bed.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, one exhaust flange bolt on each side of the bed is broken off. Oh no. Very good is here. Hey, Steve, Kim has questions for you, maybe.
I do? No, I think I worked it
You
out.
think you worked it out? Oh, she's working on a circuit board that had a burned up
Well,
capacitor.
maybe you'll have something interesting to offer.
I was curious where's a good source of capacitors aren't junk.
I found some junk capacitors to purchase, but we have a circuit board. It's from 1995, and it came from our refrigerant recovery machine, and it let the smoke out. We turned it on, and it was smoking, so we unplugged it. So I took the board out, and I located the component right there.
That is a smoked capacitor.
It's very smoked. It looks like a popped kernel of popcorn. And there's two other capacitors on the board that look like they would probably be the same one, and they are designated as 106 plus 1610. So I ordered a little, like 5 of them or something like that in a little package. It's going to come tomorrow. And I'm going to try and replace just that. And is there any other tests or experiments, important stuff that I might look for before I expect that to actually accomplish anything? Or will it just burn out automatically again?
Yeah, Tavo, I had cars like all my old Camaros and Chevy Novas, Mustangs, Mach 1, all those gone.
Gone.
And I made money on them, like $300 or $400, and felt good. I made $1,000 on a Mach 1 one time. That's the best I ever did. And yeah, 69 Mach 1. What's that? Bright red Mach 1 with black hood and everything. What's that worth today? I don't know. It's a running car. Ari says 106 plus 1610 is 1716. What?
No, 106 means 10 times 10 to the 6th. So it's 10 microfarad. Did I say that wrong?
Is it a microfarad or a picofarad? I don't.
No. It's 16 million picofarads. So 10
picofarad.
Yeah. And the 16 is designated for voltage probably, so it's 16 volts.
Those look like surface mount type, not electrolytic type. Are those
Yes.
surface mount? Or are they pinned through the?
They're pinned through the board.
Yeah, they're through the board. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And Ari says, I replaced a turbo on a Volkswagen Auto Group in 2-liter today. I'm officially a contortionist.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah. Are you far from moving? Now that you've exhausted yourself?
Farfignugan. Yeah, that's it.
Farfignugan?
That's that Volkswagen word. Farfignugan.
Farfignugan.
I don't remember what it meant. It used to be on all the commercials now.
It means driving. Joy of driving experience.
I have never owned a European car. Now, the exception would be the Spitfire, but that's actually Kim, so I don't own that either. Man. German for constipated.
Far from moving.
Yeah, far from moving. Very good. The VC was gunmetal silver with black vinyl roof. I ended up painting it black. You're far from pooping. Oh, I get it. It's a made-up word.
It is a made-up word.
What did you just hand me? A drain plug.
Nothing.
That's the bad drain plug out of my car.
I don't know why it's sitting there. We're going to keep it forever. We're going to give it away.
You know what? That drain plug, well, if somebody could get it for points, but I think it's going to end up in my trash can.
That thing is probably worth a bunch of money. We could give it away at No Name Nationals.
Instead of screwing it in, you got to hammer it in. It's a nail. It's a short, fat nail. All right, next job for you is fuel pressure control valve on the back of my Ford Transit diesel pump. You know, I hear a lot of bad things about those Jeep Patriots, how hard they are to work on everything. The last couple of things we've done on that has gone real well. So maybe there's hard stuff we haven't gotten to yet, but right now. Hey, how was that Jeep driving it tonight to your meeting? Was there any roughness? Kim?
What's up?
Man, you didn't hear any of that.
Not a bit. I was standing right beside the thing.
I said, how was that Jeep tonight driving it? Was there any roughness? You know, that little shudder we thought was coming from the automatic transmission. I think it was coming from that thing that changes the length of the intake runners.
Perhaps. Yeah.
I think that's what the problem was, because that thing drives so nice right now.
Pretty decent vehicle.
My car file says, what's the hardest repair job you did in your shop? Who are you talking to? Which one of us? Me?
All done difficult repairs at times.
I've had really annoying jobs. I put a transmission in a front-wheel drive little mini Dodge van one time. Maybe it's Chrysler or Dodge or Plymouth. I don't know. Got all done, and the car wouldn't start. Car wouldn't start. Couldn't figure it out. Finally figured out. It was there's a cam position sensor. It's on the back of the engine underneath the flex plate, the flywheel. So out comes the transmission was a fair of a job. Out comes the transmission, off comes the flywheel, replace that thing, put it all back together, put the transmission in for the second time, and started it. You gotta be kidding me. That was a memorable job. Oh, I don't know. There have been a few. Here in this shop, we haven't done anything that's been excessively difficult, have we? Yeah.
Yes, done a lot of things that were difficult. I don't know.
Well, we pulled engines out and put them back in, but they've been 6 cylinders and they've been pretty straightforward.
I mean,
you might cuss at them sometimes.
The thing of it is, it's like, which is harder, the most difficult 10 minutes of your life, or what feels like never-ending mediocrity, you know? So, like, difficulty is like strain level times time, you know? Like, what hurts the most? A number 6 pain that lasts for a week, Or number 8, pain that lasts for 10 seconds. I'll take the quick. Get it over with quick. It's when they really drag out that it becomes pain.
There was a job we did. There was a
painful.
job we did that was difficult because we had to think our way through it, but actually working on it wasn't hard. And that's when you narrowed the rear end, the independent.
See, but I enjoyed every moment.
Oh yeah,
and it was very difficult.
It was difficult, but it was. We took a rear end. I don't know if anybody's watching back then. It was for a Chrysler Crossfire. Took the whole thing out, all the control arms, the half shafts, all that stuff, and narrowed it, which means we had to narrow it on both sides. And Kim figured it all out, and we had to shorten the half shafts. We had to do all that, and it was it was difficult, but it was a fun difficult, because it was an engineering job, not just some welding. The welding wasn't bad at all.
Remember when we had to change the rear bearing on the Jeep?
The Jeep rear bearing, yeah.
It was stuck in there, and we had to really beat on it to get it out.
The reason we had to replace the bearing...
That was only a one-day job. We weren't in here weeks trying to do it.
Well, we didn't have a lot of room then. The shop wasn't cleared out. We were working in the corner over
there.
Yeah. The rear bearing on the Jeep has a little clip that's part of the bearing, and it holds a sensor in place that tells how fast the wheel's turning. And it's not four-wheel drive, it's all-wheel drive. But it only runs off the front wheels until there's wheels that aren't turning at the same speed. Then it puts the power to the rear wheels, and it's a bunch of automatic crap. So once that little clip rusts out and falls off, the sensor's gone and the Jeep doesn't go. It goes into limp mode. It'll allow you to go 8 miles an hour or something. So that's where it was at, up in Maryland.
It was a little rusty.
We went up there and we decided we were going to bring it back here. And I had trouble with the tow dolly, the thing coming off the tow dolly. We ended up pulling the drive shaft off the rear, and then it seemed to drive fine. So we drove back with the drive shaft in the back of the Jeep as a front driver. Kim drove it back.
7-hour drive.
Went fine.
Didn't have any trouble.
No drive shaft in it. But when we got here, we had to replace that wheel bearing. Not because the wheel bearing was bad, because the clip was rusted off.
Well, we had a problem with the throttle body, and we thought it was the code for the wheel speed sensor that was causing the throttle body issue.
Well, I think that happened. I think there was more than one thing.
Yeah, it was a combination of things.
Because it drove fine.
And for some people, they would own that Jeep, and after going through the things that we've resolved, troubles that we've had and then resolved, they would think it's a horrible vehicle because they had this horrible trouble with it. But to us, it's just like, well, okay, we'll see what you can do.
If you took that to a shop for every one of those, you'd have thousands of dollars wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
And we don't, so I don't know. I don't think
basically unpaid labor, so he has a really nice Jeep. Because I keep fixing it.
You're the unpaid labor. Yeah, but I've done some of it.
No, we work on it together. It's good. We both benefit when things are productive and running. I mean, that Jeep has been really nice.
I did stuff on the Jeep. I did the alternator. I did the power steering pump when I first got it.
The fact that Jeep keeps going so reliably, it really frees us up to work on our project cars. We don't have to worry like, oh, I have a doctor's appointment I have to get to. Now we have to rush through something that is going to give us heck.
Taos says the Neon has a cam sensor, but it's at the end of the cam. It's at the right end of the cam where you can get at it. Externally mounted 2 screws. I couldn't believe they had a cam sensor on the back of the engine that you got to pull the flex plate off to get at the sensor. That's terrible. Yeah, it starts. Yep. When you have to write big checks.
Stray bullet,
It's a horrible vehicle. You guys just made it less horrible, but still, horrible.
It's not that bad to work on.
It's
not terrible.
A lot of the problems with the Jeeps, or any of the Chrysler products of that, I don't know, may still have the problems, are grounding issues. And if you live somewhere where the grounds get a little bit corroded, you start having all kinds of failures.
You got to really be patient with it.
And I
You
know
have to
that.
look at it as like a sort of a challenge, you know. It's like it's a mystery, and you know, let's split up and look for clues. And we do YouTube University. We poke around. We figure out what it needs, and then we finish. We fix
I would
it.
I would still say that I wouldn't recommend anybody buy one of those unless you know how to work on cars and you have a scan tool.
I mean,
I would
anybody who's
recommend
buying
doing
a
that.
vehicle with 200,000 miles on it, you better expect you're going to need some maintenance.
Oh, and one of those with 200,000 miles on it, and you tell somebody to buy it, they're going to be stuck in a month somewhere
Yeah,
with a big old bill, and they're going to be mad at you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're right.
But
But
it runs so damn good.
for us, it's okay vehicle.
Yeah.
And I only paid $1,000 for the Jeep because it was a non-running vehicle, and I knew what the problem was. So yeah, and I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy an Audi. I like driving Audis when they're new because I used to get them as rentals. But you know, I wouldn't want to own them.
Never buy an old car. Old cars are just trouble. Other people's only buy new cars. Why would you want an old car? Somebody else's old car. Ugh. Oh my God. I would only drive new cars.
Blue Grid. I remember as a kid going camping with a friend in his father's '60 Scout. The rear end blew apart, and we disconnected the drive shaft to get home as a front drive also.
Nice. Right?
And welcome, Blue
They
Grid.
don't build nothing like they don't build them like that anymore.
And this car, my said sled, if you had to pay somebody to do everything we've done, I can't. What would you have, like 20 grand in it? It'd be ridiculous.
Easily, we'd have 15
Yeah,
into it. I think we have close to 10
and-
just doing it ourselves.
I don't think we do.
I do.
Well, you count your labor? I mean,
No.
what do we do? No, we have
Stuff.
tires and wheels and manifold gasket, head gasket.
Carburetor.
I got carburetor. Yeah, but the carburetor, you didn't put any money in it.
But if you had somebody else do it, they would just
Oh yeah, what I'm saying.
they'd buy a rebuilt
But-
carburetor and
but-
put it on there.
But what we have in it,
Okay.
something flying around here that's going nuts. What is that?
It makes me work.
What is that flying around in here? Crashing, bang. Wow, that's like an out of control bug.
Mexican spec, if you're exhausted, it's okay. Just chill. Wrong crowd for that rant, Kim. All right.
Well, Mexican spec, roll over your oxyacetylene rake and make sure the acetylene's off and turn the oxygen on and put the torch up near your mouth. Take some deep breaths.
It only takes an aerospace engineer and a capable handyman tech person to take care of the Patriot is not a good argument.
Yeah, you're right.
Probably.
I'm just saying for us it's worked out.
But it's a reasonable
It's
it's a reasonable vehicle.
It's a very pleasant car to drive.
If you had to take that to your mechanic, I don't think your mechanic would hate you for bringing it to them.
Oh,
There's
but
cars
you'd
mechanics
be,
dread.
you'd be writing big
They
checks,
hate.
or not writing checks, but
Any car, name a
swiping
car
the
that
card.
you're not going to have to maintain.
yeah, nice shirt, Kim. Wonder where you got it.
I got this. It might have been. Was it the first or second year? Because I bought you a shirt too.
Well,
I think
my
it was
shirt,
the second year.
my shirt's on top of my dresser. I just saw it there.
Dallas
So
was
well folded up. you know.
clearing out all the AHRA merchandise, so I bought a couple of shirts to do my part.
You think I have a torch set up here? So funny, but how do you get by without a torch set up? How do you cook your food when you're working on your car?
You know, to fix that floor, we're gonna take the seat back out of this car again too. Huh?
Is it back that far?
No, but to get the carpet out of the way and to be able to move around and maneuver with the welder and stuff like that, you're gonna be screaming at it.
I
It'd
know.
probably be easier. Did we have to take it into two parts to get it out of the car last time? Or did we take it out whole?
No, we took it out whole. Remember, we had it sitting over here.
I remember it was a pain.
It was a pain.
I think that's probably what we'll have to do. I don't know that we can roll it in the back. Maybe we can take it up and push it back towards all the way up against the back seat.
You're so funny, Buck. You think I work on my car? Well, I see those cars out there, and I guess that's your backyard where you do your videos, and you kind of always have it pointed at two cars that have stuff piled on top of them. But once in a while, you swing the camera over to show something that doesn't have stuff piled on it, like the Dart or the what's the other one? Your '63 Plymouth. And I just assumed you worked on those cars. Oh, well, my torch is propane atmospheric air setup. Oh, I was going to say that's what hers is. Hers is acetylene with atmospheric air. That I've never worked with anything like that. It works incredibly well.
See here, Blue Grit knows what I'm talking about. He says I had an '89 Taurus SHO, and my mechanic said never bring it back to his shop for repairs. There's some cars mechanics, I think BMWs count for that too. That mechanics just, they look at it and they're like, oh my god, I don't want to look at this. And with new cars, with all the wires and like, it's just, I see a lot of new cars and I'm like, oh, I don't want to work on that at all. Hey, remember my friend who came here with the car with the gas pedal, and I went up there and helped her tow her back to her house. I saw her tonight. She has a new vehicle.
Oh, she got a vehicle.
That car, she had it checked out, and they put the new starter on because they said, "Oh, we'll put a new starter on." I'm like, it's not the starter. The starter's not. They said
crack it, and it doesn't start. So the mechanic
put a new
starter on it. It's like, are you kidding me?
Sure, throw your money away, whatever. I don't know anything. I'm just a girl. Anyways, the real mechanic told her that the timing belt was broken.
Timing belt's broken.
Yeah. So.
Well, the way it sounds when it starts, you pretty much knew the valves weren't moving. Yeah. Way up, dude. Chevy's rule and Ford's drool. What? I have a Ford right here. It says Mercury on it, but it's Ford. I've had a lot of Fords. We
got a Chevy back there too.
I've got a lot of Chevrolets. I've had a lot of GM cars. I've had a lot of Chrysler products. I had Studebaker. I've had AMCs.
We're multicultural.
Yeah,
we like a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
variety is the spice of life. We have a Chevy 350 back there just to, anchor the place. We have a Mopar small block right here.
We have more than one, though.
We have transmissions, multiple transmissions.
Slant sixes.
We have inline 6-cylinder. We have a Ford inline 6. We have a Mopar inline 6.
Jeep.
Jeep,
I know, it's Mopar.
We have a Triumph Spitfire. We have a little British invasion going on there.
Spitfire has never moved under its own power since we have. I had a question for somebody here. Before it goes away, Blue Grid. I'm wondering how your how Anna's car is with the steering and the exhaust and that whole debacle back in there, because I haven't been watching your. I don't know why I haven't been watching. I don't know if you haven't posted or I haven't watched. I don't know. But anyway.
YouTube always tries to shove some slop down your throat and distract you from keeping up with your friends and people's projects. Blue Grit says, Uncle Tony says these newer cars become mechanically totaled way too soon. I agree. It's too complex for it to be practical to make the repairs that they need,
but
at reasonable intervals.
The thing is, mechanically totaled if you pay somebody to do the work. If you've got, that's how somebody that fixes stuff can get something that's mechanically totaled, but it isn't mechanically totaled for the person who knows how to work on it. And if you don't mind wouldn't work, you might be able to have a decent car.
Wizard, he's like, I don't want to fix this. I'll have more money into it than what I can make. When I'm done fixing it, I won't make money selling it.
Yeah, you can't do it to sell it.
So if you are resourceful and you know how to fix things, you'll always be able to find something to keep it going. But there's vehicles, more so than ever. But you really have to stay up. Like when we were working on a Jeep, I didn't know there was a variable length intake manifold.
I never heard of that. And then Tavo brings up,
and it's not even a new thing.
Some other vehicle he has that. It's like, wow, I didn't even know that.
They're always adding some gadgets to them. So something could be wrong, and you've never even heard of the part. Like, you don't even know what you don't know. And then suddenly you're into some rabbit hole somewhere. You're reading on some forums, and they're telling you how, oh, yeah, they all do that. And it's impossible to get parts for. And then once that happens, that's the kiss of death. And now the vehicle is unrepairable. And you're like, oh, God, I just paid good money for this, and now I'm stuck with it. Stray Bullet says, how about a VW Bug? Anyone could keep one running. Why don't you have any of those anymore? Why don't we have any more of those anymore?
Oh,
Well,
the old VW Beetles. Well, they're just getting old. They're around. I mean, Mexican Specs got them for sale.
they
made
rolled them out
They
of
made
production because
they
of
made them in Mexico for what, a decade or two after they.
to like the 90s
Yeah, so
with
he has
fuel
them.
injection and everything, but they were small. They weren't collision compliant. They weren't. I don't know. They Volkswagen designed a new version of the Beetle so that it would be new, and then most people don't want to try and maintain a car that's 30, 40 years old.
And then the new Beetle, the middle new Beetle, the one that was around 2000. And there's a yellow color of those that I painted all my signs with that color. I had some of that paint to touch up one that we had that was for sale. Actually, as a partner of mine had one that was for sale, and had some paint issues. So I had that paint. I liked that color. And then the new one, I finally rode in one because Kim got stuck in her car, and I was with her. And there's a road here where you go downhill, and you get to the bottom, and there's a big intersection, and it's uphill. Everywhere you go is uphill. So you're not going to roll anywhere from there. So anyway, there was a guy came. Oh, there's a gym there. The guy came out of the gym, and he had one of those VWs, one of the new Volkswagens, Beetles, and he gave me a ride home so I could come rescue you. So I got to ride in one. It was a nice car, I
They're
guess.
all right. Yeah.
I guess. ECU's backing, so we want brand new VW bugs again. We don't care about safety, Kim. You know what I like are the Myers Manx dune buggy body on the Volkswagen, the early chassis. Mexican Spec says 98 was the first year for that car. Yeah, okay. I knew they made them in 2000 because the color that I got was 2000. Yeah, those were okay. But I think the original Beetle was, it's kind of like a Model A Ford. Just something that will always be. It'll always be something.
Mexican Specs says the new Beetle was a Golf in a different suit. Yeah, they were playing to the nostalgia, but it's a completely different car. Front engine, water cooled. Yeah, completely different car. But I don't know. They just why didn't they go with an air cooled rear engine? I don't know. They couldn't make it work.
Probably couldn't pass anything, and they used fuel.
I don't know.
Air cooled engines are really fuel cooled, so yeah, it's a hard time getting them.
They had oil coolers in them.
Let's see here. The Bluebird says the steering box feels like it was filled with rocks. Ooh, so I'm replacing it.
That sounds expensive, Bluebird.
I cleaned up some stock exhaust manifolds to clear the steering, basically going through everything bumper to bumper. Even with stock exhaust manifolds, that thing will run good in that chassis. Dino Palomito. What? Luis is talking about Rugrats movies. He likes those. I suspect 2003 was the last year for the air-cooled Beetle, but the Ultimo edition or title was 2004. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess that was. Man, I can't believe in '03 they still had Beetles in Mexico. I mean, that means there's ones that could be exported to the U.S. right now that would be what 99 or 2000 models. It'd be long. I once bought a VW Volkswagen in the 80s. They were cool but junk. I went to visit some friends in Colorado in Well, it was New Year's in 1980. Big old snowstorm, and they had a Volkswagen, and it got through the snow okay. But it was just about a new vehicle then. I remember suggesting to them they buy an AMC. What was that AMC four-wheel drive station wagon? Can't think of the name of it.
Spirit, Concord, Eagle
Eagle wagon. And they didn't even know what it was, but it was a brand new car then. I suspect they were Brazilian junk from new, according to the mechanic at the VW dealer at the time. Stray bullet. The Mark I Golf wasn't bad either. That was the last good car that Volkswagen ever produced.
Oh, I remember the Golfs were pretty sweet little rides when they were new. That was a decent car. Expensive, out of my range. Like I was young, and it was like, oh wow, but I was never gonna afford one.
I liked the what they called the Rabbit here, which I guess was a Golf everywhere else. Back the original ones, and now they made some in the U.S. that had rectangular headlights, so you could pick those out real quick. And I drove a couple of those around. But the one I really liked was the little pickup, the little Rabbit pickup truck. But most of those had diesels, if not all of them. So I didn't really like that little diesel engine, but I think there was a better two-door wagon. Yeah, see, I agree with Mexican Spec, but a lot of people didn't like the Pinto, but I liked it. And I had a fleet of them, I think. I saw a Rabbit pickup trying to do a burnout a local cruise night. There's more clutch smoke than tire smoke. If you put it in reverse, maybe they'll do a wheelie. Pick up the back end. Man. Diesel Touareg was the way to go. Man, these new VWs, the Touareg, and they have all these weird names. I don't know what they are. I guess they're names of places. I don't know. What's the other one? There's another weird name. Volkswagen names. I was going to say Volkswagen thing, but that's actually the name of a Volkswagen. Man. So, but they were fuel injected here in the middle of the 70s. I had an early 70s fastback that had fuel injected engines. Oh yeah, those things. I remember those. They catch on fire occasionally. It's pretty high fuel pressure, so you had to take care of the fuel lines. I know that. I knew a guy that worked on a lot of Volkswagens. I remember he had a customer's car that caught on fire, and he says, I had to put it out, use my fire extinguisher to put it out. Somebody says, you should have fanned it. Instead of put it out, you should have fanned the fire. Kim.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
We're 2 hours in, and I have a ton of video stuff to do with you.
Okay, so what you're saying is you want to maybe wrap it up. What is a Bora VR5? Bora VR5.
I mean, I think it's great. I hope it seems like you're enjoying your time streaming, and I didn't want to make you wrap it up too early, but we have a bunch.
No, we're Bosch fuel injection. That's what it was.
Yes.
What is this? She was cute. I still dream of her. Dean Stevenson, what did he say? Tow rag? I don't know.
Touareg.
Oh, tow rag.
Volkswagen.
I don't know. Most burn up cars in California are visible, followed by Teslas. Wabbit. Okay. So the Jetta here was called the Bora. Oh, okay, around 2010. That was because they still sold the old Jetta here called the Jetta Classico. Oh, so they had like a classic Jetta and a new one called the Bora. Bora sounds like a Ferrari or something, isn't it? Or a Maserati? I don't know. Wasn't there like a Maserati Bora? I don't know. Very good. It says, I think there was a Toyota Bruce in Japan. In Russian, you know what the word Bruce is? Bruce is a pry bar. So you need to go. You know what? I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been here 2 hours. Yeah, Maserati Bora badge is required. Okay. So let's wrap it up. We've been here 2 hours. I want to thank everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank you to our moderators for being here.
And we did a bunch of video last night.
There's a bunch of people still here. You get 3 points if you're here in chat, because we really appreciate you. And I'm going to give our top chat people points. Mexican Spec gets 3 points for being number 1. Hippie Long gets 1 point for being number 3. And whoever number 2 is,
just lost. Whoever.
It's probably Luis. Luis
Well,
makes lots of
let's go up here. I think.
No, it's not Luis tonight. Scroll up and see who's
I'm
number
gonna
2.
scroll up and see who's number 2. It is Tabo.
Tabo, you get 2 points. Very
That's
nice.
pretty cool.
Very nice.
Well, Tabo's been very interactive tonight. That's really good. Because usually he'd come in after work and then have to hustle out. But he's retired. Craig May, do you guys rate that Clevo 351s? We still dig deal. You know what? Not a lot, but some people run the one we call the cleaver, which is the 351 heads on a stroke Windsor block. Of course, you got to do something to run the coolant the right direction, but there are people that do that. And yeah, Cleveland's are nice engines. I wouldn't mind having them. Okay, take care, everybody. We're going to say goodnight.
We'll see you Saturday. Thanks for coming. Have a great night. You don't have to go home, but you can.